I think there's three main areas that Syria could help us drive, again, value and the standards in industry. Improving infrastructure delivery is probably the first one. It's generally accepted in the UK that the cost of infrastructure projects is probably 15 to 20% higher than it is in similar areas, for example, in Europe and wider in the world. So one of the things that we want to try and do with Syria is to try and look at the ways that we could improve value in terms of delivery of projects. So I think Syria is an important part to play in the UK construction industry to actually make us competitive in terms of not reducing costs, but in terms of driving values, so we can actually end up with a similar cost of pounds in the ground to similar jurisdictions across the across Europe and the wider world. I think the second is development of smart infrastructure and construction, deploying new tools and technologies, enabling better decision making. So, for example, BIM is a good example where we're seeing that major projects are embracing BIM and it's being used quite successfully in major projects. What we haven't quite seen yet is that transfer of BIM across from major projects into the smaller projects, and also across into asset management and the way that we manage existing infrastructure. One of the key issues for London Underground is it's got 150-year-old assets. It's to be able to extend the life of those assets almost indefinitely. The London Underground is likely to be here for as long as anyone can foresee. So it's using that smart technology, data, BIM is one example, but there are many others, that we could actually prolong the life of those assets, extend those life, rather than trying to replace assets, which is very, very expensive. And the third one is the transformation of the construction industry into adopting standard solutions and a DFMA approach, a design for manufacturing assembly approach. Again, I know Syria's worked quite closely with Build Offsite, who are one of the industry leaders, to try and get the construction industry to adopt a more standardised approach and effectively to build, as the manufacturing industry would, in time, deliver it to site and actually assemble it on site. Again, there's a significant challenge for London Underground in terms of underground construction. It's a lot more easy to assemble things above ground than below ground. So we're not quite there yet in terms of our standardised approach, the kit of parts and the DFMA, but clearly Syria, in collaboration with the major infrastructure clients, can play a major role in that going forward. Well, C760 builds on the success of C580, which was written just over 10 years ago, and it provides authoritative design advice that's effectively built on the success of the C580, and also removes a lot of the ambiguities and the uncertainties about the adoption of Eurocodes. So from London Underground's point of view, because we, as a public sector body, need to adopt Eurocodes as our design standards, then C760, by removing those uncertainties and ambiguities in the application of the Eurocodes to embedded retaining walls, will effectively allow us to drive value and also provide more economical design. It will also assist London Underground in terms of the adoption of the observational approach or the observational method. Again, London Underground, through its construction of tunnelling, has been well used to adopting the observational approach in a tunnelling environment. For example, much of our sprayed concrete tunnels are constructed effectively using an observational type approach. But that method has never really been adopted in the terms of retaining walls or other types of infrastructure. So I think there's a significant opportunity for London Underground, in conjunction with our supply chain, to adopt the observational approach and again drive value and end up with more economical designs and construction, which will enable us to do more pounds in the ground. And I think also the authoritative design guidance that we've got from C760 will provide the confidence to London Underground's supply chain effectively to deliver more appropriate and more effective embedded retaining wall solutions that will again drive value and end up with London Underground getting a better product from its construction programme.